Nixor is a planet for which there is very little one can definitively say. It only really appears as a dot on the map. As massive as the EU is, we are often forced to make our best inferences with limited information and try to find the best compromises for contradictions. This can be especially true for the Old Republic era, such as with the Kraft's campaign eastward toward Delang. It's not really clear who is leading this campaign, or why, but this is probably Ula Queldroma leading the Crafts so that they can link up with their Hutt allies. But again, that's kind of just speculation. Regardless, as previously mentioned, Nixor itself never directly appears, but it did control a rundown space station which it refused to refurbish since it was feuding with its neighbors. But beyond their petty local squabbles, and occasionally falling within the ever-changing borders of Hutt space, the people of Nixor remained decidedly apolitical, at least in matters of the Galactic Civil War. And that's pretty much all I can tell you about Nixor officially. The rest as follows are my own inferences and artistic liberties. When a whale dies, its carcass slowly sinks to the bottom of the ocean. Known as a whale fall, the dead body will sustain life for many years past the Leviathan's death. Not only can the detritus feed microorganisms for centuries, but scavengers within the local area will rapidly evolve to find new niches of survival. Though it is rare, it is not unheard of for plants in Star Wars to be alive. Yuzantar, Zonamasikat, Devourin amongst others, as examples. So what happens when a living planet dies? This is Nixor. Once a living planet, it has been dead since before the founding of the Republic, yet the behemoth's blood still seeps to the surface. No one knows what killed Nixor, or even what its true name was before its death. Is this the fate of all living worlds, or did something unnatural happen here? Either way, like a whale fall, life flourishes anew atop Nixor's rotting terrain. Large, three-armed creatures lurk in the depths of the blood pools, their appendages reaching up and snatching small scavengers that stray too close to the shores. The surface itself is squishy, almost flesh-like, with strange lumps forming on its surface, and the trees exist in a lifeless, monochromatic grayscale, while smaller vegetation absorbs nutrients from the blood pools, turning themselves shades of red and brown. The sky is a dull color, and the wind constantly howls as flecks fall slowly to the ground. At a glance, one might mistake this falling detritus for snow, but the particles are anything but cold, and indeed, certainly not liquid. Rather, they are dry and flaking, like pieces of shed skin. Sith statues and temples from the time of the Krath occupation are scattered across the landscape, and Hutt-style buildings exist here and there, an architectural influence of the world's corpulent neighbors. Cliff wampas prey upon the unwary, and fortifications against infantry have been set up to counter this threat, or any invading force. Though we don't know if the conflict between Nixor and its neighbors ever escalated to armed conflict, the mercenary barracks is located near the partisans, representing preparation, or at least acting as deterrent, against their rivals. Located on the borders of Hutt space, Nixor is a relatively rare planet, though it does appear at least twice per mod, particularly in southern region focused from the ground up GCs, as well as the Thrawn campaign, the Rimworld campaign, and the Hunt for the Starforge. But is the dead planet's corpse what attracted the Krath to Nixor, or was it simply a convenient stop on their way to Delang? Please look forward to it.